Yeah,
you have a nice apartment. Because if you got a lot of money, you're gonna have a nice apartment.
Oh man,
You're gonna have a nice car. And if you got a nice car and a nice apartment, you're gonna have nice women.
Yep.
Women, they smell money, man. They can smell it on you.
That's
So
true.
that's those leads. You settle on that.
Last week
You know, and that reminds me of what Yahushua, the man that said he'll tear down his bonds. Let's bring that out and build greater ones.
Well, that's what Nicky
and then the last one was like
There's a video a couple months before he dropped dead. Who's that? Dynamite?
Black Dynamite. I think that's a brother, right?
I don't know.
My brother.
Well, no,
brother.
he has a truck.
Be shot, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, am I?
You know us, man. You know.
Yeah, God. Yeah, but you don't want to have, in this life, you don't want to be too comfortable because what happens is you get lazy.
Yeah.
You get complacent, you get lazy, and
Well, that's the lack of faith, and I keep saying that, man. That faith, you know, guys fall out or get disenchanted because they lack faith. Why? Because they're not really going into the scriptures and they're not taking the scriptures to heart. And you know, when you watch the news, scriptures say watch, right? When you're watching the different news and breaking news, anytime I watch something, if it's breaking news, scripture's gonna come to my mind. So the guy that can't see it is the guy that don't watch the news. He don't watch for the prophecies. So therefore, like this one guy made a couple guys did this. They made comments that I was in this thing. I gave 5 years of this thing and nothing happened. Cause you ain't seen nothing, man.
Yeah.
You ain't seen because you ain't look for nothing. You see?
well, they fell asleep.
You ain't watching.
Hey,
You
well,
ain't watching, man.
Yeah, like when in the Garden of Gethsemane, when Yahushua went further to pray, and he came back and his disciples were sleeping. How can you watch? Now he told them to watch
Right.
with me,
Yep.
but how can they watch if they were sleeping?
Yeah. Can't.
So that's them cats, man. Them cats have fell asleep. They went back to sleep.
Gone.
That's why they say, we don't, you know, nothing ain't
And like
happening.
Mike the Hamite, when he left back in 2012, 2013, 2012, I guess, he keeps talking about, 2016, nothing happened. Well, you ain't watching that. A lot of shit happened in 2016. A lot of shit happened in 2015, man.
Fell back asleep.
It tells you in Habakkuk at the end of the show, speaking and not lie. But you ain't looking for it, man.
1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. Please.
And that's why they
1
can't see the mark of the beast being the chip. Now, when that thing, that 2017 and beyond, they're going to really make that thing mandatory, and that's when you're going to see it, man.
Thessalonians.
That's why Nate made that statement. It's June, ain't no microchip. It's June. And the videos of articles of the microchip is coming all over the place, man. And if it's not talking about the mark of the beast, then that microchip technology that's going to be mandated for the whole planet to receive, right? Where's that in the scriptures? That have to be in the scriptures.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a big thing.
So that's a major thing. So you're going to have to answer to that. And then when you can't answer your congregation, guess what? They're going to leave you, man.
That's right. 1 Thessalonians.
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 4. But ye
That's how it's
brethren,
done. That's how it's done over here. In the white car. Oh, I thought it was. That's what the Connecticut plates. That's what the Connecticut plates.
this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 4. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief.
Yeah, the main thing we're looking for is the day of Yahushua, the day when Yahushua comes back with the angels to destroy this place. That's the main thing we're looking for. That's the main prophecy that we're waiting for to happen, man.
Yeah, that's why he said watch, like the scripture you were quoting a little while ago.
Well, that's the main
What are
thing
you?
we're watching for.
What are you watching for? You know?
And then Yahushua said, because the disciples asked Yahushua, what shall be the sign of thy coming?
And of the end of the world.
And of the end of the world. So Yahushua gave
Certain signs.
He gave tips. He gave certain signs to look for.
So it's obvious you're supposed to look for them signs.
Absolutely.
And you guys that fell off or got kicked out or got disenchanted, you wasn't looking for them signs.
You ain't looking anymore.
You say, I don't see no signs. The signs are taking place all over the damn place, man, every day.
That's right.
It's overwhelming.
Go ahead.
It's overwhelming.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 42. Watch carefully. St. Matthew 24, verse 42. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord do come.
Right, so we're supposed to watch. Because we don't know when now it says what hour. We don't know what hour Yahushua is coming.
Right.
So we're to watch.
But he gave us an idea
Gave us signs, he
of
gave us
things that are
tips.
going to be happening to look for.
Yeah, how are we gonna tell us to watch and we don't know what to watch for?
Yeah.
He gave us examples of what to watch for.
Yeah.
And we're to watch. Go ahead, bro.
But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up.
Yeah, like I always bring that example of the year 2000. You had a lot of undesirables watching for the year 2000. So let's say Yahushua would have came at the
Well, that's why they fell off. That's why they fell off, man.
That's it. Let's say them niggas, let's say Yahushua would have came the year 2000. First of all, these brothers back here, not the elder back here, but these brothers, they wouldn't be around. All right, because they came in after the year 2000. But let's say Yahushua would have came at the year 2000. You had niggas watching. They were watching. They were waiting. So Yahushua wants to come and catch certain niggas off guard, man. Certain niggas that have fell back asleep, went back into the world, so to speak.
Thief in the night.
That's right. Go ahead.
Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of
For
Man.
in such an hour as you think
Why
not.
you got it? Where you park your car? Huh? Where you park your car?
Over there, up here.
Yeah, bring it over here, man. How far are you away?
You gotta get back on. You gotta get back on and get back off the highway.
Yeah, I'll just walk the way back. 'Cause I don't want to get lost trying to find a.
Somebody go with
I
it.
go-
man. You know, you're not
you got
getting
it?
up here. Take it.
Okay.
That's
We'll
all.
roll with you. We'll roll with you.
Read it again.
You got all kind of parking up here.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 44.
Yeah, 'cause all you gotta do-
Therefore
that's the
be
entrance.
ye also
So all you
ready,
gotta do is go in
for in
the
such an hour as
Now,
ye
how do you be ready, brothers? You be ready by watching. You got to continually watch. Okay?
Keep my thing plugged in, man.
Yeah, I'll keep it
All right?
charged.
Our precept is in 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and what thou seest.
Yeah, what
by
does
the
that mean?
sign of last,
It said measure the time diligently. Meaning, when you see these things, know that the time is near. You know?
You gotta look for them.
Yeah.
You gotta look for them, man. Man. Every time I go to my crib, I put the CNN on. I go to RT News. Or I go to the videos. All you gotta do is go to YouTube, and there's all kind of videos of prophecies coming to pass, man, left and right.
Yep.
You ain't watching, man.
Continually.
That's why you fell weak and you fell off.
Done.
And that's an example of measuring the time. What do you use to measure it? The prophecies.
Yeah.
So when you see something happen, you say, oh, okay, this was written in the prophecy. So you understand it and you're measuring the time. Then you're measuring the time between what's happening and Yahushua coming back.
That's right.
So when you see that happen, oh, Yahushua is on his way. He's just that much.
Will it be your question in your
Right.
mind is he coming in the year 2017?
Yep.
Right.
You ain't supposed to have the attitude, well, he might come in another 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, you ain't on no level.
You ain't measuring
The
the time.
Most High's not dealing with you, and therefore you're going to get weak, and you're going to lose faith, and you're going to fall out, man.
That's right.
Yeah, he's
That's what he said when he was on South Nettle one time, and he was in Harlem. He said 10 years from now, it's like basically it's gonna be white people. All
Yeah,
over
well, he
Harlem.
doesn't got that, but see, and that's why, you know what, these guys are always saying that guys, GMS is breaking up, there's guys leaving you guys. How many guys that fell off, let me say this, how many of them guys fell off from GMS and went and followed them? Because they know the truth, man.
Yeah.
In other words, if they leave us and follow another group, they're going down a couple of levels, man. They know that, man. Ain't none of them did that. And if you did do that, then you never had no faith, man. If you go from GMS to ISUPK, there's something wrong with you, man.
yeah.
That's a
You know?
real step.
The elevator don't go all
That's
the way
a
up.
major, that's a
real step down.
leap down, man. You jumping off a damn mountain into a goddamn valley, man.
Damn.
Because they ain't pushing no, hey, like, this guy got embarrassed, right? The guy, his name is Ashak Mayum, the Benjamite dude from England, that he's down with ISUPK. He got that thick, heavy accent. Now he's out there in Hyde Park, I guess it is, and there's this Arab dude, young Arab dude, that constantly battles with them. And the guy asked him, and the video's up on YouTube, he asked the guy, he said, how do you say I am in Hebrew? And then the guy said, you know, he brushed his mouth. He thinks he's Yohana. When you tell me. So I think the name of the video, he gets ISUPK, man of the Lord gets embarrassed. Now, I would have said, well, I'm not that keen in the Hebrew, but you should know that that word, I am, should be Hayah, all right? Which the root word goes back to Hawa, where you put the Yah in it, Yahweh, all right? But Hayah is I am. So the Lord said, I am that I am. But his name was Yahweh.
Yeah,
you see?
that's it.
He is to be. So he couldn't answer that. You see?
This is it says back in
Just like, I'm sorry, y'all, I got to use another example. Just like when Vocab No Class Malone roll up on some Hebrew Israelite group and ask them about the Shema, all right? Which is the Shema. And that's in Deuteronomy the 6th chapter. And they didn't know it. And then he basically said, well, see, that proves you ain't an Israelite. Well, like I said before, so let's say you got a 10th generation Chinese person that live in America and he can't eat with chopsticks or he can't speak the language. Does that make him not a Moabite or Chinese man? No. Because not everybody is up on that Hebrew like they're supposed to be, man. And then you can come and ask us any word. You can say, what does this word mean? And how do you say this in the Hebrew? Well, we got to go to it.
Yeah.
All right?
Look it up.
Go ahead.
That's how the Septuagint came about.
That's it. The Septuagint ain't nothing but the Hebrew being translated into the Greek. And there was a loss in translation. There's a lot of bullshit in that Septuagint. So anybody that bring up the Septuagint, you will get away from that guy. Okay? Like what's this guy? Dr. James White, the Edomite. He had a debate with this guy Ricard, the GOCC, and basically he didn't even go into the scriptures. He was arguing about the translation. I don't know if the translation of King James is not accurate, but everybody uses King James, man. Pretty much everybody agrees with the King James. Pretty much. It's a standard Bible, just like the Gideon is a standard Bible. And it pretty much says the same thing. So that's showing you that that guy's not about the truth. You see? Go ahead, Albert.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
So what is your heritage? Your heritage is what you eat, the way the language that you speak, what you do,
your customs,
your high holy days, your feasts, the way you dress. All right? And we don't have all that. We're going to get all that in the kingdom, man.
Yep.
Most High going to bring us back to a pure language.
We're rehearsing.
And so it's obvious we don't have the pure language, right? But we know a little here and there.
We're rehearsing the righteous act.
We're rehearsing the righteous act.
We got the most important information concerning the Hebrew. The name of the Heavenly Father and the Son.
Yep.
That's the most important information.
And the scriptures. The scriptures is a part of that, you know?
Concerning the Hebrew.
The
salvation. But you got a lot of niggas that know the name of the Heavenly Father and Son, and his Son is not going to be saved. Because you're not saved by the name alone. And somebody put a video, see, it's hard to admit it. Right, you're not saved by the name of the Lord.
That's
you got to do his will.
You got to do his will.
You got to do his will.
Yeah, Yahweh Shai said, why callest thou me Lord, and do not what I say to do.
That's
now,
it.
in the Hebrew is, why callest thou me Yahweh Shai, and you're not doing what I say to do. Or also, many shall say unto me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not, meaning Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai, matter of fact, you get that in Matthew 12, around about the 42nd verse, I believe. Where his mother and his brothers and his sisters wanted to speak to him, and then one individual said, right, 12 and 50. I'm sorry. He said, "Who is my mother? Who is my mother? Who is my sister? Who is my brother?" Behold, my sister, my mother, my brother. But him that do the will of the Father is my mother and my sister and my brother.
Yep.
So does that mean if you don't go out there and teach, you're not an Israelite? No, you're an Israelite. You're just a boss Israelite. All right?
Let's go right to the point.
You go right to the point.
This is Matthew 12 and 50. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven.
I know, no, go up a couple of verses.
All right, this is Matthew chapter 48. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother?
No, you got to go up a little bit more.
47?
Started from 45. 45. Then goeth he and taketh with himself 46. This is Matthew 12 and 46. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother
The people were Israelites. Go ahead.
and his brethren stood without, desiring to
His
speak
actual
with him.
physical mother and brother. Go ahead.
Then one said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. And he answered and said unto him that told him, Who is my mother, and who is my brethren? And he stretched forth his hands towards his disciples and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother.
Now, what was the will of the Heavenly Father that Yahushua was talking about? What we're doing right now. Because you got Jakes out there that know that they're Israelites, but they ain't coming out here prophesying. So you have Israelites and then you have the prophets of the Lord. And we believe that we're the prophets of the Lord because we're doing exactly what the prophets of the Lord did. Them that do the will of him that sent me. What did Yahushua say in was that St. John 4? He said, the disciples said, we're going to go get meat. He said, I have meat that you know not of. And then they explained the meat that he was talking about. My meat is to do the will of him that sent me and to finish his work.
That's
and
right.
what did he come to do? To gather the apostles. And then the baton, so to speak, was passed on to them. And what did they do? They did the same thing that Yahushua did. That's why earlier we read Matthew's the 10th chapter. And like I said, Matthew's the 10th chapter, that's a whole topic in itself. That's a bad scripture right there. That's a bad
chapter.
You know?
Yeah,
You can be in that chapter for hours, man. Going from precept to precept. You see?
Hey, Yahushua said the harvest is ripe or white already. You know,
Luke 10 and 1.
Yeah, he said don't say that there's 4 months left to the harvest. In other words, get your ass out there and work. Right. You know?
Pray ye therefore the Lord shall send laborers into the vineyard.
For the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are
And
few.
then on top of all that, be instant, in season.
Out of season.
And then Paul charged them. Paul charged them, meaning gave them an order. Be instant, be ready, in season, out of season. And if you get the understanding of in season, out of season, which I did a video on that, and you notice didn't get a lot of views. Because Jake don't like to see. They know what we're talking. We know for going out there in the winter. And like I said, it hasn't really been that cold. It hasn't really been cold. It's bearable. Now, next month is going to be some days where it's going to be brick. So we got eight weeks plus of some brick days coming. So we're going to deal. We might be out here, maybe we might close up a little early or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or it might snow where the roads are backed up and we don't go out that day, but we might come back out the very next day on the so-called Sunday. All right?
We've done it before.
We've done it before. We've been doing it. We're veterans, man. We've been doing this. I've been doing this thing for 32 years. So I dealt with 32 winters, man. Okay?
That's how you count them, by the winters.
By the winters, man. Because once you make it, Gad said that, you know? He said 5 snows ago. Meaning 5 winters ago.
Yep.
You see?
Pray ye not that your flight be in the winter.
Not in the winter. Yep.
Not in the winter, slot.
And now I was talking about 70 AD. Go ahead.
This is Luke chapter 10, verse 1. After these things, the Lord appointed other 70 also, and sent them 2 and 2 before his face into every city and place, whither he himself would come.
So what were they doing? They were going out there teaching the word. Go ahead.
Therefore said he unto them, the harvest truly is great, but the laborers are few.
So who are the laborers? The one that go out there on the highways and the byways. Okay? We're the laborers. The harvest is the children of Israel. Right? Go ahead.
Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest that he would send forth laborers into his harvest.
Now, there's a lot of camps out there, but this ain't overwhelming everybody, man. There's still Jake out there that don't see all the camps out there, man. You know, out there in Texas, you got what, 2 camps, 3 camps or whatever, GMS, and you got camps of other Israelite schools. then out there in the West Coast, you got Israelites out there. But really, man, these camps are far and in between, man. You know? This ain't overwhelming the people. It is to a certain extent. So there's a lot of jakes out there that heard this word, but they're not going to go out. That's why the Most High speak about a reward. All right? Matter of fact, after you finish that, go to 1 Corinthians 3, around about the 15th verse. You know, because if you send agents and stuff among us, what report they're going to get back, man? The report they're going to get back is that all these guys do is teach the scriptures. And if you hang out with them, they watching fights and talking shit, eating chicken. You know? Because what we do when we get together, man, we don't talk about, we might talk about the fight, next fight, you know, what's the next fight. That's it, 2 seconds, man. But other than that, our conversation is what? Oh, 2 Peter's 10. 2 Peter's 3 verse 10.
About the scripture.
Yep.
Somebody get it?
That's it. That's it.
Godly conversation.
Godly conversation. So where we at?
1 Corinthians
Especially as you see the day
3 and 15.
Go ahead.
Definitely more so.
If any man work,
Well, that's why it's
if any man's work shall be burned,
Go up a couple of verses.
verse 13.
Go ahead.
Every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire.
Go up another couple of verses.
1 Corinthians 3 and 11. For our foundation can no man lay, that it's like for other foundations can no man lay.
One more verse. I mean, those points are good right there, but I just want to go.
10. According to the grace of the Most High, which is given unto me, a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation.
This is Paul speaking. He said, I have laid the foundation. So when Paul was knocked off the horse and was converted, he went out there, he said he conferred not with flesh. In other words, he didn't go to Peter and them to ask him if it's all right if I can go out there and speak. He just went out and did it. And then he met Peter 3 years later.
Yep.
So as soon as the Spirit hit him, he was on fire. Go ahead.
I have laid the foundation.
I have laid the foundation. What's the foundation? When you go out there and like we're doing, we're teaching His word. Like when you go back to 1 West, to High Priest Ariah, High Priest Yaquab, King Mashah, you had Lahab, he was the so-called high priest at the time, Ishai and them, they had laid the foundation. So where are they now? Some of them have passed on, and the rest of them went back into the world. So we built a new foundation. And then the men that came up under us, that was building the house. The house is being built.
House of David.
The house of David. And then you notice them other GMS camps are saying they're using the house of David now.
Come.
You know?
House of David.
The house of David. Go ahead.
I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth
And
thereon.
another man buildeth thereon. Go ahead.
But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereon.
In other words, make sure you're teaching the right thing.
Thereupon.
Go ahead.
For other foundations can no man lay that is laid, which is Yahweh Shah. Now, if any man build upon the foundation
Two
goes.
cards, King?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I saw one card.
Now, if
Go ahead.
Now, if any man build upon the foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. And
The fire we know is when the Lord come back. The destruction. Go ahead.
And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort
And
it
the fire
is.
is your afflictions that you go through. A woman might leave you, your boss might have seen you and fired you from the job. He won't tell you why, but you know why. You know? Things happen, man. That's why a lot of these guys go back into the world and leave, and some do things where they get kicked out. You know?
Sicknesses you gotta endure.
That's it. Because this ain't no easy road, man. You know? What's that in Ecclesiastes?
Second chapter.
No, 6th chapter. Yeah, 6th chapter. wisdom.
Second one.
What verse? What verse is that? Ecclesiastes, the 6th chapter, I think the 21st verse. In the Apocrypha. The 21st verse.
Oh yeah, 6th chapter. Yep.
Yeah, the second one, although Nazak mentioned the second one, that's the one that says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state."
And we went through lower states. We can tell you stories, man, of the shit that we went through, man.
Yep.
You know, and the Most High kind of let up off us, you know, but we still, you know, we still go through things. We went through things where you said, man, look, man, I ain't doing this shit no more. All this work I'm doing, the Most High, my car break down every week, I ain't got no money. You know, you broke down, I went to pick you up, and I broke down.
Yeah.
You know?
Had to share a cheeseburger.
What does it say?
It says she is very unpleasant. Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Go up.
18.
Like 18.
Hey, you only had enough money to get 2 tacos, one for each
Oh
brother?
yeah, we had, brother, I remember me, this brother was working, and in the summer months, you didn't get no business, and we would have to get like a hero or a sub, and we had to cut it in. We went to this one spot where you can get a sandwich for $2, like a chicken parmesan. But you know what they would do? They would take the parmesan and cut it in half, and they cut it in half again, and that meat was thin as hell, man. You know, but it filled up our bellies, you know. And then you thinking in your mind, saying, see, look, you going out there on the weekends, you ain't getting nothing, you know. You go back in the world, you know.
This is
Yakanan said he needs some money.
Chapter 6, verse 5.
Yakanan said he needs some money.
You need some money? All right, good.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6.
And that dude really, he can't live. You know, he can't live. If we was to close up the shop, he dropped dead.
Yep.
Like what's her name? Debbie Reynolds, man.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Just give up the ghost.
Yep.
Hey, like you said, like you said, he got a bottle sipping. He said he went to go get him another drink to come watch the Infidels.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what he said? Okay,
Yeah.
well, he's all fucked up. He's all fucked up.
He mentions he's still with you.
Yeah, he mentioned. Jay, go to Lahab or whatever, man. You can go pay Lahab a visit.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 18. My son, gather instruction from thy youth up, so shalt thou find wisdom to thy own age. Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth.
Come unto her as one that ploweth. Do you know plowing is work? You can't be George Michaels and plow. All right, you can't be RuPaul and plow.
Yeah.
You got to be strong. You got to have a strong constitution, man.
Yeah. You got to be Lou Ferrigno strong.
That's right.
Says,
Lee Haney strong.
Lee Haney.
That's why a lot of guys don't want to really get down with GMS, like Tazariak, or Tazariak, how you call his name.
Well, I mean, he's going out there. He's still going out there. I'm gonna check y'all and see if y'all going out there in the wintertime. But then y'all got to deal with them crazy Hamites up there, man. You know?
Hey, but it's a different standard with GMS, man. Like you gotta really be diligent, man. You can't.
Well, a good example is Fopi.
Yeah.
Fopi, when they found out about Israel from Washington, D.C., they were coming up, they went up to a box camp, then they would go to a Luz camp, you know, then they would go to HODC, but they would never come around us. Then the head guy, 2 years, 3 years in, he started calling himself Elder. Now, if you go on his page right now, the last video he put up was like almost like a year ago, where he said he ain't coming out. He said there's gonna be a time when you ain't gonna see us out there, and I jumped on it, and for about maybe 6 months, he wasn't putting up no videos. So I put a video together, and I called it Fopi Prophesies Their Own Downfall. And then when I put that up, a month later, he puts up a video talking about what about the brotherhood. So he did this 7-part video with this other guy, and all of a sudden, no more videos. So we going back maybe 6-7 months, and he had a whole lineup of different Fopi videos. Ain't none of them. There was one in Denver. Ain't none of them putting up videos, man. So that dude, and the reason why you didn't come to GMS, because you said you knew that you were gonna have to come up under the helmets, man. Yeah. You were gonna have to come up under the GMS DC camp, and you know that they go out all year long, man.
That's it.
And you didn't want to do that, man.
Ain't built like
you want to have all the women, the ladies, you had the Passover, you had this big hall. You see, we got the ladies' bathroom, we got the men's bathroom, we got this big hall. Because and I told you you was a fucking actor, and you got mad at me, man. But guess what? You are back in the world, and your men are back in the world.
We had the ex-clan staff and shit.
Huh?
The rip.
That was that was nothing but an act, man, and it wore off.
Yeah.
It wasn't panning out for you.
It got
The
old.
shit- The shit wore off, man.
Played.
Okay,
And then scripture speak about redeeming the times for the days they are evil.
that's it. Well, he doesn't know. He
Yeah,
doesn't know.
we back in the days we got away with having all that staffs and all, but really you got to be spiritual, man. The Most High said the carnal man is enmity with the Most High. We ain't in the day where we gonna be having staffs and all that stuff, man.
That's that ex-clan staff.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Man, what was
Yo, well, then you got the spikes, you know, the spikes. and
Yeah,
shit
spikes
like
and
that.
studs.
Black Power Rangers and shit.
That's that old stuff. Back in
And
'92.
what did Yahweh Shai say? He said, be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. How you gonna look harmless as a dove with spike armbands
Yeah.
and a staff, you know?
Big staff. Yeah.
Look like show enough.
They're looking like show up in the
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was saying.
This year, you better hurry up.
See, I'm sorry, because if you got faith,
Yeah, I'm gonna say
you
that.
got faith, you ain't thinking about no staff, man. You know, the Spirit got on.
Psalms 23 said that ride night staff they comfort you. And that staff is talking about the word, and the spirit of the Most High watching over you. You guys don't know, man. And a lot of these people that watch these different Israelite videos, they know that GMS, they have the truth, man. Because we're doing something that none of you guys, we go out in the wintertime, we go out all year, we come out there consistently, man. You know what I'm saying? And then we're breaking down scriptures.
Let's go, champ.
We don't need no gimmicks. We don't have no gimmicks.
Yeah.
Just straight truth.
Yeah, you ain't gonna, don't say in your mind, well, maybe this year GMS is gonna have a cookout. We ain't gonna have no cookout, man.
GMS t-shirts.
You know? If we do have a cookout, it's among ourselves, and you ain't gonna know about it.
That's right.
You know?
Like you got Sakari, you got them t-shirts, the word Sakari. Mind you, they got the shield or the star, whatever.
Yeah, that's a name brand. I ain't nothing but a
the
brand.
star,
man.
star is right in the midst of the name. Nobody talks about that. Where's Kakanan to make videos on that? You got the star right in the name. Show you he's a freaking hypocrite.
Kakanan is scared.
Good.
It says, this is back in Ecclesiastes chapter 6 and 19. Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth,
That means you got to put in work. Go ahead.
and wait for her good fruits.
And wait for her good fruits.
Patience.
In other words, you got to be in this thing, and then you're gonna get the reward. Get me Luke 9:62. Was that Matthew's? Was that 19:27?
Con.
We have forsaken all, follow deep.
Somebody got that in Matthew?
Proverbs, where it says an inheritance gotten real quick. There's a scripture in Proverbs where it says an inheritance gotten quick is not a good thing. Roughly paraphrased. Because you got guys that come into this thing, they think they're going to be a superstar in this thing overnight.
It's an act. It's a fucking act, man.
And some of them do actually attain that, and it turns out they ain't right. Because an inheritance gotten real quick is not a good thing.
Well, that happened to so-called elder Quanah of the Fopi, and then when he fell off, you know, his guy fell off, man.
Yeah.
And then them guys that you came up under, they didn't even get on y'all, man. They ain't try to bring you back in the fold.
Yeah. Yeah, HODC ain't saying nothing about them. Then they used to go out together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or the Hebrew summits.
Yeah, bullshit ass Hebrew summits. Go ahead.
Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits. For thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon. She is very unpleasant to the unlearned.
She is very unpleasant to the unlearned. So, Wacko Yakko, you're unlearned. Because you didn't wait. You know, you got all anxious. I want to speak to the elder, and I got the man to speak to this guy and that guy. And I said, look, man. I said, we're gonna see how far this nigga gonna go. You know? And the Most High gonna deal with you, man. And the thing is, you know it, man. So have a drink on that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Because he said she's unpleasant. Yahweh Shai said, cause she's gonna go get more. I mean, when you leave, that unclean spirit gonna get more, bring more demons on you, man. So So basically, you're gonna be tormented, man.
Oh, well, let's hold that scripture. Matthew 12. Was that around the 40-some odd verse?
I think you have to shift it.
says,
Nah, cause
she is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding.
All you guys that came into this thing and went back into the world, you unlearned. All right? You're unlearned. Hey, including Lahab, including Yeshaya, including Kazak, including Yashawan. Because you guys ain't doing the work. Go ahead.
She is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding.
He that is without understanding
will not remain with her.
Will not remain with her. So if you're teaching that Cornelius is an Edomite, you are without understanding. If you're teaching that the mark of the beast is a Christianity and an embargo, you're without understanding, you know?
She will lie upon him as a mighty stone of trial.
Yeah, this becomes a burden after a while. This becomes an actual burden after a while. You know, you see guys, they looking weak, you know, you can see it in their eyes. They don't want to do this thing, but they force themselves to do it. Then eventually they either get kicked out or they fall off. But then they'll tell you that they're still in the truth. You know?
She will lie upon him as a mighty stone of trial.
The test. Go ahead.
And and he will cast her from him ere it be long.
These guys gonna say, man, this is too much of a burden, man. Go ahead.
For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many.
And she is not manifest unto many. That's why you don't see millions and millions of camps out there, man. Go ahead.
Give ear, my son. Receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel. And put thy feet into her fetters, and thy neck into her chain.
Why did the Apostle Paul say that he was the prisoner of Yahushua? So when you say you're not going to go out in the winter and tell your congregation that, then you're your own God, man. You know, it speaks about the led by the precepts of men, like Nate. Nate pushes, Nate's followers follow the precepts of men. Anything Nate says. Nate said you don't got to go out in the winter. You don't go out in the winter. They choose when to go out. You know? That's not scriptural. That's anti-scriptural, man. Says in season and out of season. And that's why Matthew Murdoch, which is Blue, when I put up in season, out season, he came on there cursing me out, man. So I knew that was him. Because he was out there, he went up late November. You ain't gonna see it, he ain't out there today. I guarantee you that. He's not out there today.
He gave it a valiant effort.
That's it. He tried to hang, you know, he tried to hang with the eagle, so to speak. You ain't nothing but a damn big beetle. You ain't nothing but a beetle.
Yeah.
HODC, what the hell are they doing? They ain't out there. They'll get the unity camp. If they had the summit right now, they wouldn't have no unity camp, man.
It's a one-way road, right?
What's that?
It's a one-way road, right? I think that guy can come up this way. Probably poke him.
Go ahead.
It says, bow down thy shoulder and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds. Come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy power. Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got her,
go ahead.
And when thou hast got her, and when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go.
Go ahead.
For at the last thou shalt find her rest, and that shall be turned to thy joy. Then shall her fetters be a strong defense for thee, and her chains a robe of glory. For there is a golden ornament upon her, and her bands are purple lace.
About the robe of glory?
It says, then shall her fetters be a strong defense for thee, and
so
her
those
chain.
fetters are made out of iron. Those fetters become a weapon. All right? Instead of it locking you down, it liberates you. Go ahead. And the Moabites, them different weapons that they made was really farming tools, man.
Yeah.
Like you got the shuriken, you got the what is that called? The side stabs. The sides. You got the I forget all of them. You got the staff. Those are all farming instruments that they turn into weapons. So the same thing with this here. You know? Go ahead.
Then shall her feathers be a strong defense for thee, and her chains a robe of glory.
And her chains a robe of glory. So the Most High speak about putting on white. And that white represents what? The righteousness of the saints. It says don't be found naked. And that nakedness meaning don't be found would not understand the precepts of this book. You know? Go ahead.
For there is a golden ornament upon her, and her bands are purple lace. Thou shalt put her on as a robe of honor, and shall put her about thee as a...
So that means this. A lot of guys, they'll come into the truth and accept that they're Israel, and then they when it's time to go out and speak, they might not want to speak because the boss might see it. But wait a minute, it said we're going to put this on as a robe of glory, right?
Yeah.
So I want the boss to see me. Maybe he'll give me a raise, man. We used to work at this one job. You were witness to that. You had to have a road name. You know what my road name was? And the people that own that job, that company was so-called Jews. My name was Tahar, okay? Your name was Gabar. And then we used to salute each other right in the office, man. So they knew who the hell we were.
Yep.
But you got some guys, oh, I hope my boss don't see me. I said, man, fuck it, let the boss see me, man.
Priest Daniela was one of them guys.
That's the spirit, man. Well, he said this in one video recently that he made. He said GMS is always getting on me. I said, no, we don't always be getting on you. You know? What's that?
The sidebar came up, and so it's kind of it's blocking on the phone, Gabar's phone.
You go ahead.
This verse 31. Thou shalt put her on as a robe of honor, and shalt put her about thee as a crown of joy.
Yeah, because people see you, man. There's all kind of people that say, I know you from YouTube, GMS. A lot of people that see me, man. You know?
That's a crown of glory. Yahweh Shai said, he that confessed me before men, him shall I confess before the Father. So, supposed to...
And we're almost out of here, so if you ain't proud about being a part of this, that's something wrong with you, man. You the one that's getting ready to get the kingdom, man. You run into your boss, you tell him, yeah, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, you know?
That's right.
The boss might give you a fucking raise, man.
My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. And if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent.
Thou shalt be smart. Go ahead.
If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And
so the guys that wanted to get understanding, like a lot of these guys that came in back in 07, 08, they were asking us, how do we get understanding? I said, just keep watching the videos and keep studying, man. And then you see these other different camps out there, the other GMS state camps. Them guys are top. They going all in the scriptures and all that, man. They
History.
Really ask us. They don't ask us what does this mean, what that. They already know, man.
Yeah.
Because we went through this time and after, pounded in you, man.
Yeah.
And then you hear it over and over and over and over and over again till it's in your spirit, man.
Yep.
So they don't gotta ask us nothing, man. Everything flows. I don't gotta check this state camp and that state camp, but if a guy goes off, we're gonna find out about it one way or another.
Yep.
If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding.
You're gonna be through.
And if thou bow down ear, thou shalt be wise.
That's another thing about Jake. They don't want to bow down to another man. They want to be the man. Go ahead.
Stand in the multitude of elders, and thou
stand in the multitude of elders. Go ahead.
And cleave unto them that is
cleave
wise.
Unto them that is wise. Go ahead.
Be willing to hear godly discourse, and let not parables of understanding escape thee.
So that's how you grow in this thing. The guy that we know that don't grow on this thing is a guy that don't do videos. You know, it's like a chore for him to come out here and speak, man. You see? But that's all. That's we done on that.
That's a cut too, because a lot of guys say we ain't got no elders now. There's no government, no rulers. The scriptures say you're supposed to stand amongst the elders.
Yep.
You know, so that.
Well, we
shows
do
you
have a
yeah.
government, the YouTube, man. You can watch the videos, man. We don't have to have no meeting, no gathering, the great gathering, man. You know how much money that costs to get on planes and hotels and all that, man? Yeah, that's a joke, man.
The scriptures are the government.
I got a precept.
That's the
The
judgment.
scriptures govern you, man.
Yeah.
And it says that the Lord will sit down and sup with you.
Gone.
How did the Apostle Paul get it? Didn't have the Lord come to him and through the Spirit?
Yeah.
Personally, he said, I conferred not with flesh.
Yeah.
Meaning he didn't go to Peter, John, James. He went and met Peter 3 years later. But for 3 years, he was doing the work. And then Peter said, matter of fact, go to that, 2 Peter 3, verse 15. Peter said that Paul was deep, man.
Oh, yeah.
The 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 15. It says, "In account that the long suffering of our Lord is salvation, even as our beloved brother Paul also, according to the wisdom given unto him, hath written unto you, as also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood."
Of which some things hard to be understood. Go ahead.
"Which they that are unlearned and unstable wrestle."
Right, like a lot of things, like the whole rape thing, right? A lot of these guys, they'll study and try to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, they'll try to, but they can't get it. All right. The Gentile issue, the Cornelius thing, whether he a Jake or Israelite, and then another thing too, man. The scriptures tell you